yourself in and get really mad as Itsu.
Yeah, and the lightnings look to be quite obvious with the Rage Tower and the Mojang Power Tower. This is something which you always want to take out if you're playing one of those air attacks. The question is, where are those traps then for the hero dive? He's doing that from the top side, trying to go for the second Rage Tower with his queen, but he has to force her into that opening. There is no options, not too many options for wall breaks, because with those openings, you never really know where they would go.
Exactly, using the Earthquake boots there initially for the Barbarian King, now following up with the Log Launcher. Golem still tanking for the Queen, but she's going to peel across towards the enemy Queen, I would think. Rage Tower does pop though. I feel as long as he gets those multis, he's happy.
Yeah, Queen walking inside, walking outside, but she can reach that scatter shot from over there, which is not too bad. The second Multi-Front Tower in the core would have been great, but I feel like at this point, it is already solid value. The Multi-Front Tower, though, has to be something which has to be considered moving forward, because there could be a lot of traps around. The Yetimans are trying to take down the Rage Tower. The Queen has survived so far and could be an important factor moving on.
Yeah, this is something we've seen from Tribe in the first match as well. Just half of the Lalo used initially, making a strong push towards the Town Hall. There's the Warden ability, catching the Lava Hound, moving across to the far side air defense as well. That's where we're now reinforcing with more balloons. Town Hall goes down, and that multi is the only real issue as Rakirez freezes it up.
Are there any red mines? Are there any traps in general? There's the first red mine popping up. The Multi-Front Tower is staying alive, but I feel like with so many loons swarming the back and the Queen still alive, the crowd is cheering. He is smiling. I think they already know it is going to be the first 3-star of this match. Rakira is starting things off again with those 3 stars. Amazing job.
Absolutely incredible. Remember, Tribe Gaming
Don't get any at all. We're on the other.
Yeah, we do have the rocket balloons. We've got the Angry Jelly on the Grand Warden with the Fireball. And I think Stamina have to just stick to their own game plan. I know they slipped up with the time fail at the end there and that of Fluxy on their last war. But otherwise, I think their game plan was solid, and they should just stick to that for this war. So a nice, slow start here, just setting up the Warden and getting into a position where he can get major damage with the Fireball, Flame Flinger to the opposite side of the base, so we're carving different sections.
But this is as well like a message to Tribe, because they now know, hey, we can like chill. We can like calm down now with our attacks and don't stress too much about time. We don't have to take any risks. We can go whatever we think are the safest options right now as the Fireball is crashing into their core. And take a look at even the Eagle going down. That was a lot of value for Darkstar.
Amazing value. The Fireball is always that one moment that could turn the attack on its head. So every single time, you are just keeping your eyes laser focused on that. Darkstar getting the value that he wants. Notice the Flame Flinger just continuing to chip away at the other side of the base, outranging a lot of those defenses. The Scatter Shot about to fall, and as the Warden moves towards the Monolith, he's out of range of the other heroes, so he's not going to be attracted to the King and Queen that are moving in at the south of the base.
He's trying to take down now the Scatter Shot because that is out of range of his heroes, out of range of the King and Queen. So he wants to have that out, which he does nicely with those rocket balloons, which are just so good in supporting those heroes. As the Warden is slowly but surely making its way towards around the top side. At this point already the base looks crashed because he has not even deployed yet that Royal Champion, which we have seen so many times with the Rocket Spear as well. The Queen slowly taking down that defending King. He has no chance whatsoever, and with her ability she should be able to take down the Town Hall. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, a bunch of skeleton traps popped at the top there by the Grand Warden, so he did have to use the invisibility spell to keep him alive. Nice call there from his teammates, or even just spotted it himself. Town Hall about to go down, so surges the rocket balloons in from the left side of the base. It is going to be a 3-star for STMN Esports as well, kicking this war off exactly as we expected it to. And that's why they're relying time, where we had the very fast attack, shall we say. Starting with his Warden to the right side of the base with a couple of invisibility spells and his Earthquake. Presumably we are still looking at setting up the Fireball here. Did you happen to catch the equipment at the start it too?
I don't really remember that, as I feel like that we were skipping through them really quick, but he is going with that Warden Walk in the beginning, trying to set up the funnel. And I'm surprised that we're seeing the Super Witches. Yes, they are really, really strong, but they are relying on those healers to switch. And we all know that sometimes those healers have their own mind when it comes down to actually protecting those super witches. And there is the fireball, another invis, but he's delivering it into the core, and we have...
No! Giant
the town hall is out.
But like you said, and like we both noticed, that's a big deal with the warden going down. Yes, he got the fireball value, but typically you pair that with the rage gem so that you can power up the rest of your army as well for the super witches, but more importantly for your healers to keep them alive.
The healer's rage up is such a big game changer. At this point, he has only 2 rages left, and there's 2 defensive rage towers. They're just dealing so much damage. The wallbreak is rolling in and is getting the connection and is getting the base open. But right now, it's only the queen making her way into the core. There goes the earthquake boost to open up everything. But there's another rage tower on the back end. The royal champion, though, has not been deployed yet. He has the druid to reinforce the outside troops. There's the giant bomb, a lot of damage, and there's so much base left, Judo.
A lot of skeleton traps as well, popping towards the outside. Looked like it might have drawn the super witches out to the outside of the base, but fortunately for Exorcist, they do move back in, but they're down. They literally both just went down, his 2 super witches. So he doesn't have any damage to support. He does have 1 actually, which is about to go down in the center there, so no more super witches. It's to royal champion ability, but it's very close towards the back here with a ricochet cannon and the royal champion.
But I feel like with the royal champion ability, he should be able to push through. The ego finally is gone. Remember, that was alive since the beginning. The queen has to stay alive. That will be a massive support as the Hawks are swarming the back end. Yes, they don't have that many hit points, but there's a protection there. Protection for the Headhunter, protection for that royal champion. It's going to be still the 3-star. He's clutching things out. An incredibly well-played strategy with the problems in the beginning, but he's following up with the spells, with the troops, and is really getting his troops into the core.
Is pure staged.
Well, one of their base builders, and he is really creative as well with those defensive styles which he can put up. But right now, he has to perform on offense, and he is going in again with the warden charge, this strategy which they have played so much in this tournament so far, and have said, hey, that's our strategy, we're sticking to this, we have tried to master it, to be as consistent as possible, getting our 15 stars and relying on our defense as he's slowly approaching further into the base to get the fireball, most likely on one of those Inferno towers to get the Rage Tower down as well.
Yeah, looking at this, we've seen 4 seeking air mines down there already, which Ninja has very successfully managed to avoid by sending in those balloons one after another. Once he sees 1, he knows that there's potential for more, so he's gradually been sending them in. We had the skeleton down there. There's another seeking air mine tribe, clearly aiming to bait this area of the base, slowing Ninja down, if nothing else, even though he is dealing with this incredibly well.
Yeah, so far he did a great job. Another skeleton trap popping up, which means at this point he had already crossed the first 60-second mark. And he has to make sure that with the strategy, you already have time issues, and you have to make sure that you're not running into too many time issues on the end. Remember, it is in hard mode, which means the equipments are capped. The common ones are level 15, the epic ones are level 21. The heroes deal even less damage, while the defenses deal more damage. So overall, it is way harder, especially with those time-intense strategies.
Yeah, we are halfway through this attack, still just setting things up very rhythmically here. Warden down to the bottom, Flinger on the left. There is the invisibility spells, does get the Warden fireball off in order to take out a bunch of defenses in the middle. Has to be careful here as well if he does want his Warden to survive.
But I feel like with not taking out the Client Caster and possibly a lot of Ice Golems in there, this will be a big problem with time. We have the Supermans at the top side doing their best. The invisibility spell to keep that Warden alive. The Queen and King are slowly making their way towards the Town Hall. But Judo, at this point, we're having only 55 seconds left. Time is ticking for him.
Yeah, this is that pressure situation as well, where you know time is ticking, so you have to get moving, and that is where mistakes can happen. Super Minions not getting great value to the left side of the base. Couple of defenses, but more just cleaning things up. Like you said, here comes some Ice Golems into the last 30 seconds, and he still has to push through them to get to the Town Hall, Itsu.
And there is no wall break. The Queen cannot reach the Town Hall. And that is terrible for him because the Warden just went down. The Royal Champion is stuck on the ice cubes we were talking about. He's trying to reinforce. He's trying to save this. There's the Rage spell. There is the Earthquake for the Town Hall. Does the Town Hall go down? And yes, the second star is secured. But remember, for the group, you don't just need stars. You need percentages as well because that can be so important moving on.
It is an 86% at this point, which means they will stay ahead of the percentage.
From the defensive side, with the Lightning from the beginning, and there we go exactly. He's going for the core. The front tower not going down. Where's the giant arrow? There we go, and he's getting everything. We were a little bit afraid there because of Ilder Huts, but hey, he's just...
He's got it. There was the multi and the scatter shot, and whenever you see the builders ticking away, you never quite know whether they are going to get it with the damage equipment. This is super interesting. Isn't this one of the bases that we've seen versus MMG from Stamina when they were using the Root Riders? This is one of the bases they used in the first matchup. Yes. So really interesting to see it approached differently by Tribe Gaming. However, Nibrax he's known for his air, but he tends to do a lot of dragon attacks in previous times. So it's interesting to see him swap across to the Lalo.
Yeah, but before that he was known for his air attacks in general. Like Lalo was as well one of his really good strategies, which he was really good at. But we had the meta shift, so he switched to the dragons, and maybe that's something which all of the people have predicted from him. The dragon attacks instead, switching to Lalo, the Town Hall is already gone. There is going to be the reinforcement, Lalo from the far right side. We have the Multi-Arch Tower, we have the scatter shot in the core. They have to be a high priority right now to take down.
They certainly do. He didn't quite get a huge amount of value at the top there. I think he was wanting the Monolith to go down quicker. Does freeze it to try and protect the Grand Warden. Bloom sneak to that Monolith, uses the haste. Gotta get towards that scatter shot. He's celebrating. So here we go with another 3-star for Tribe Gaming. Puts them ever so closer to tomorrow's finals. 3 stars out of the gates when the pressure was on, and they are showing no fear right now.
Yeah,
and sweating, but he was still able to clutch out the 3-star in such a difficult meta back then. So he is certainly a man that can deal with this type of situation. As you called it, Itsu, using the Warden down to the bottom area of the base, trying to set up that fireball. We have the rocket balloons to finish things off later.
And so far, I have not seen many traps down here. It's a bit hard to spot behind the time, but I feel like so far no ground penitents, no black mines have been popping up versus that Warden, which was such a successful way of delaying things in the most recent defense of Tribe Gaming, and slowly making its way towards that multi-inferno tower, towards that Eagle Artillery. And then the question is, where is that fireball going to land? Is he going to try to bring it onto that Eagle Artillery? He's having a couple of invis builds. There we go, and there goes the fireball. Earthquakes are in, and the Clan Castle is dropping.
I love the split Earthquake there as well in order to take down defenses either side of that fireball. Very nice job by Sinte. And you can just see the pathing that he's creating here so that the Warden can shift across to the left side, continue the walkway. He doesn't really have to focus over there too much now. The Warden's relatively safe, and he can start to focus across towards his heroes.
Yeah, as he's slowly approaching that far right side with his heroes, with the King and with the Queen charging in. Ability will be used any second to give him more access into the base, give him and open him more compartments with that Earthquake boot equipment as the Warden, is keep moving forward, and he has like 2 moving sides right now who are slowly approaching that Town Hall with the Queen then with her equipment. I mean, they're looking really good with the Royal Champ, interesting enough, coming in from the far side as well.
Wow, beautiful use of the invisibility spells for the Archer Queen to protect not just 1, not just 2, but 3 Archer Queens to power through the center of the base with the Royal Champion helping out. He only used the rocket balloons for the top couple of defenses. Talk about a statement and throwing things back across to Tribe Game. As long as they triple out, they get. He was that clutch player that smashed the fireball for them to give them this golden ticket. And as we referenced prior to the attack, trying to just play it safe here. Get their 3 stars. They've already got their defense. All you need is 1, so they can take as much time as they want. Use the entire 3 minutes. Just secure the perfect hit.
And for the perfect hit, we have the fireball connecting, getting him in the value he was looking for. A lot of this base is already gone, and you can see the path in which he's setting up, which he's creating. The most important thing right now is that there's always those double openings for the walls. The first one is the jump one. The second one is the earthquake boots. He needs to make sure that he's delaying the king long enough that those earthquake boots are really getting him towards the town hall. We have seen it already in this competition that the town hall did not really open up with the compartments, and that is already a big nightmare for those super witches, as he is already sprinkling in with the P.E.K.K.A. from the siege barracks to the far right side.
Yeah, P.E.K.K.A. on the right side for the defending queen and try and take out that area, just set things up a little bit better for his royal champion. Queen got a little bit stuck on the left due to some skeletons, so that is not quite taken out as fast, but the Super Witches powering forward. Only one peels across to the left, so not the end of the world, as he does make it to the town hall. Now we have spell support.
That town hall going down. I saw a lot of Super Witches dropping really quick in hit points, so I was a little bit afraid there with that merged cannon firing. And we have the Queen on the outside alive, and her ability still left, which means she can spawn more healers and the clones, which are just so powerful on the back end. He's trying to target those wizard towers to take them out. Is it going to be enough power, though?
The Valkyries were running forward and they backtracked towards skeletons, and they ran into the tornado trap in doing so. He's really holding on to that last free spell to make sure he gets this, playing it safe towards the end. We've got a minute, so we don't have to worry about time. It's just assuring he gets through these final couple of defenses, and you don't care how much is left over. You can have one barbarian with 1% HP left up, as long
Puppet is like they were performing quite solid on offense, but the defense did not really work out. Even though they were putting so much effort into it, it just did not happen. The defenses did not happen for them, and this is what they're relying so much with this overall approach. And maybe they just said, hey, we're just switching it up. No warden charges anymore. We're going in with the Valkyries and the Root Riders.
Yeah, a couple of early deployment on the druids there, just moving forward to protect the skeletons, and they are, yeah, now switching across towards the Root Riders, trying to just get a dominating 3-star and try and just flip the war in your hands, if you will. But this is very much in Tribe Gaming's favor. STMN Esports with so much pressure. Hawk is dialed in as he overgrowths the Town Hall and the other defenses in that region to make sure there's not as much damage on the Root Riders as they path through this area.
Yeah, they keep opening those middle compartments, going through those different walls, while the Quadra Queen is following the outside, having her healers. We have the Royal Champ equipment. The spear is now active, and he's trying to slowly make it towards the Town Hall, but he has another overgrowth, and he's going to turn it, well, invisible and invincible yet again. Not many defenses are left standing except that Town Hall. That's going to be the last one. And Corbin, he still has the Warden ability left.
Maybe I look a bit different.
Oh.
Warden ability ready for that Town Hall with the Rage and 2 freeze as well, Bash. Here we go. Town Hall is about to come back alive. Fireball as well for the end, just to finish it off in style.
What a crazy move, knowing that he's trying to delay it to the end. But wait a second.
Whoa, wait a
second. What is going on there? The Town Hall did not feel like right now. Millis used quite a bit as well, but different versions. Something which they have liked to use is the Fireball and the Giant Arrow combination for the Town Hall, and this is why we see 4 Earthquakes right now. He's going to try to deliver that Fireball next to the Town Hall, if not even on top of the Town Hall, with then following up with that Giant Arrow and taking that Town Hall out right away. There goes the Fireball. The Earthquake's already in. The Archer Queen, where's the Archer Queen with the Giant Arrow? We're waiting for that. And okay, heart attack for 1 second, but yes. Luckily, the Town Hall is a big building in Clash of Clans, and he was not able to miss it.
Clips the side of it just to keep the suspense here in the arena. But that is the star for Tribe Gaming, so they win this war. They will move through as the #1 seed in group number 2. But let's see if Yo-Yo can finish off in style, getting them the perfect war. Looks calm and collected down there as he's got the troops on the outside from the siege barracks creating the funnel. His main push moving in towards the center, and the Royal Champion just nicely sliding through the center there and through the middle of them both.
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect base for this type of attack because there is this channel which the super witches can just go through. They can reach everything from it. I mean, they can, because the Rage Tower is positioned in there as well, they can just reach everything which is located next to those walls, and this base just looked crushed. I mean, we have the Queen, we have that Royal Champion ability still left, and even though the Rage Tower has been activated, he has still a couple of spells to support the backend, which he's right now using nicely.
I mean, he's got the RC ability now getting used. I mean, the Hog Riders do take a lot of damage there, but with the Rocket Spear, couple of troops left to deploy. 3 Super Witches, P.E.K.K.A.s, Wizards, so many troops taking down the back end of this base. Tribe Gaming, with their fans in the audience, can celebrate. That was a dominating victory over STMN Esports, and they moved.
Then, well, the Hog Riders are
given what happened in the first war, and he'll want to just go out in style for his team here. Root Riders, the choice again, despite that last attack. Only 1 overgrowth in his composition this time, though, it seems.
Yeah, and I feel like I like that a bit better because with the timing of that last overgrowth, it made it a little bit awkward approaching the last couple of defenses, and especially the Town Hall. Leaving it up till the end for so long is a certain risk for sure within the hard mode in Clash of Clans. But right now, things are looking solid. He is moving in with those druids, which means he can delay the warden ability a little bit. He's decided to go with it early on anyways.
Yeah, looking good here as they progress into the center of the base. Notice the Royal Champion up the top there as well, helping to take out some of the defenses to control their pathing through the base. Now we see that overgrowth on the Town Hall, just to make sure there's no damage from over there as he approaches that area, can funnel everything down towards the south, and the Royal Champion continuing to get really good value around the Town Hall, just stripping out those defenses.
Yeah, getting those defenses while the big group of Root Riders are pushing from the far left side, and they just keep pushing forward. We have the Valkyries as well in there in the mix, and there's just this combination which is so powerful. The Rage and the spells, the remaining, are getting invested for the Royal Champion to take down that Town Hall while the other troops are cleaning things up. And Corbin, this attack is looking crushing because he still has that Queen ability left. It's going to be the final attack of this match. It's going to end up in a 3-star.
Very nice job by Fluxy there. Very comfortable for that 3-star attack. He can at least go away knowing he has
the hand of